And we are back. So, we begin on a cold morning in London as people are waking up and going about their business, unaware of any chaos that might have occurred the night before. And one such person waking up and going about their ordinary morning business is Dr. Mortimer Davenport, a bookshop owner and legitimate businessman who has returned. How many years have you been back in London, Mortimer, since your foray to Constantinople?
I think about 3 years. I think he returned a month after Maddie vanished.
Okay. Yeah, so you've been back for 3 years. You've been taking a bit of a break from matters arcane and esoteric, as everyone must do from time to time. But you've reached the point where you've run out of your own books to reread, and niggling little sense in the back of your mind of that lovely library in the Esoteric Society. You've not called upon them for a while, and there's still the enduring mystery of Maddie and what became of her, and all these sort of thoughts combining in your mind to guide you towards the door of the society. It's cold, frosty, let's call it November morning. Yeah. The house is pretty much as it was when you last visited. At least from the outside. You can see through the front windows into, I think it's the front parlour and the library. You can see from the front of the house, and downstairs the servants' quarters, sunken into the basement level. The steps are scrubbed clean. The door is freshly painted. The door knocker is polished to a shine. All a very well kept London house. Mortimer, as you ascend the steps, is Mortimer still a very well-kept London gentleman? Is he still keeping up appearances, or is any of the undercurrents showing through?
Yes, he's mostly sane, so he's just going with whatever's fashionable. His suits and outfits tend to be well-made, well-worn, not necessarily brand new, but they're the sort of clothes that last a lifetime, so... But since he's returned to London, he's invested in a number of new suits, trying to look respectable and restarted his business because that had closed down in his absence. And he's been purchasing a number of items, possibly to auction at a later date. But yes, he'll probably just approach the property and knock on the front door. He's been away for some time. It'd be rude just to walk in.
There was a flurry of movement from the other side, and then the door is opened. Not by James, by one of the maids. Dr. Davenport?
Do you recognise the maid? Is it Agnes, Missy, or Jenny?
It is Agnes.
Oh, yes. No. Good morning. It's been some time since I've visited on the Society's own.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise James had called you. But it's probably good you're here now.
I'd actually hoped to find some information about Miss Carter because it's been some time since she vanished and...
coming out the cold. So you're not here about the thing last night?
No, what happened last night?
Please come in. It's not a conversation to have on the doorstep.
Oh, I'll follow him in.
She ushers you sort of into the library. There was a bit of an altercation in the alley. Beau found a strange person fighting cats. It was quite strange. We got him downstairs We
Why would someone be fighting cats? That seems a strange thing to do.
I mean, yes, sir. Quite strange, but we sent word to Mr. Zutanen. Do you know Mr. Zutanen?
Yes,
I think it's Mr. Zutanen.
that
I'm really not sure.
a German gentleman?
Yes, the German gentleman.
I believe I met him on the Orient Express on the way to Constantinople some time ago.
Yes, James sent word to him. But not asking him to come around. We're really not sure quite what to do. Obviously, since Miss Carter left, no one really lives here.
So this person was fighting cats. That's just really strange. How come they ended up in here?
Well, because they weren't a person and we didn't think it was good to get the police involved. Look, I can take you down, and she's just standing to
Ushering me along.
usher you downstairs when there comes a knock at the door. Now. Oh, sorry. Would you...
Oh, it's okay.
Wait there a moment. That might be, Zutanen. This is... I'll get awfully confused with these things. And she goes to open the door. And standing on the step is not... No, it is Johann. I'm getting my... No. It is Johann.
Oh, so, I'm not sure why you had called for me. My secretary just said something about it being important.
Yes, I was just explaining to Dr. Davenport here.
Oh,
Nice to meet you again.
yeah, it's been since Constantinople, right?
So I've spent quite a fair time there, but I'm returned. I am feeling better than I did on the Orient Express, which is an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, you've not been the most collected back then.
No, I was losing my mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. So, James had called. Do you know? Let's go inside.
Yes.
Yes. James, Dr. Mortimer and Mr. Zutanen are here. You hear a voice calling from downstairs. I'll come up. It's probably easy to explain. And you hear move downstairs. And
So
James. Sorry, yeah.
I'll ask Adam, how have things been?
Oh, it's been chaotic. The Majesties aren't particularly well nice to each other. And there's a lot of ruffled feathers and a lot of angry letters back and forth. Yeah, the Kaiser is envious about the Navy, the Royal Navy, which is beautiful, and is building it their own, and
Yes, I can.
Politics.
Problems.
It's a lot.
Sorry to interrupt, gentlemen. Glad you could both come. So
I'd actually come
I didn't realise you were
I've been
back
around
involved.
a few years, but I was hoping to find some information about Miss Maddie Carter.
Miss Carter? Well, if you do find anything, we would love to hear. I'm afraid we know no more than you probably.
I've been rather busy since I've returned to London, so this is the first opportunity I've had to come over to look into it.
Yes, sorry, I can't help you. Did Agnes explain what the issue was?
Briefly, she mentioned something about Boherd captured or someone who was fighting behind the house, fighting some cats or something?
Yes, that
Something along those lines. And
rather buries the lead of this situation. You see, we have captured an inhuman being masquerading as a human.
not one of the... I don't know.
There don't appear to be a fish person.
Oh, I was just wondering whether you were aware of fish people.
Unfortunately, yes, we are aware of fish people.
So it's not one of those, okay?
It's not one of those.
Serpent people? I've encountered one of those before.
That sounds a lot more like it. Look, maybe it's best if I take you down and
Yes,
show you. And he starts to herd you towards the stairs down to the kitchen, when there comes another knock at the door.
It's time for scones! I'm Augustus Green! Feed me!
And you see Agnes and James share a look. I don't think Agnes has ever met Augustus. But James goes, I'd better get that. And hurries to the door. Mr. Green.
James? I'm
James.
gonna grab him. I'm gonna grab him by his shoulders. I'm gonna say, James, it's good to see you, my boy. You look horrible, but that's okay. Where are the scones? Move them, and I just go straight to the kitchen.
Okay, so as you start to sort of push back, you find this hall is quite crowded with people. There's Mortimer, there's Johan, there's a maid, there's James. Are you just pushing past them towards the stairs down to the kitchen?
As I'm about to elbow Mortimer, I go, Mortimer, you also look horrible. It's good to see you. Then I'm going to look at Johan and go, I have no idea who you are, and quite frankly, I don't care. And then I'm going to go down to get to the scones. I'm going to stop.
So.
Oh, I came in here to say hi. I'm sorry. I got hungry on the way here. I walked over, but it's good to see all of you. Let's eat.
So as you get to the bottom of the stairs, where it opens into the kitchen. So the other sort of up on the stairs behind you, so you push past. You're greeted by quite a scene.
Oh no.
There is a footman. There is the cook. There is another maid, and there is a man tied to a chair in the middle of the kitchen. He is wearing like a heavy overcoat and sort of workman's gear. But you can see his face is not a human face. His skin has been ripped and torn apart in places, just shredded. And underneath, rather than there being blood or bone or muscle, you can see the surface of another face. You can see this scaly skin showing through from the rips beneath. And I need you to please make me a sanity roll, please.
Oh, these are historically not... Well, we'll see. All right.
You somehow do not lose any sanity from seeing this.
My God, he looks worse than Mortimer. Are we interrogating him? I'll give him the hands. And I square up. Wait.
If you would...
Put the hands down.
As Augustus has charged on down, what are Mortimer and Johan doing? Are you following in his wake?
I'm just throwing a very confused and questioning look at Mortimer.
Yeah, I'll start following Mr. Augustus Green, but as I'm doing so, I'll talk to Johan and just say, yes, Mr. Augustus Green helped us some time ago in a number of difficult cases. From what I recall, he was a professional businessman involved with protection. But he had helped the societies. Got a firm hand with how he handles it.
Protection, you say? I see.
Professional. I believe one of the last times I saw him, I was with Mr. McCrashley, and we were fighting a armoured giant serpent in dark beneath occult headquarters, in a weird ritual room with the lights off.
That sounds inconvenient.
It wasn't the best of ideas, but yes.
Yeah, the staircase isn't very long, so it's about at this point that you have reached the kitchen.
And we will need our...
And see Augustus threatening hands to this captive serpent person. And yes, thank you. I will lead a sanity roll from each of you, please. Yes?
I can do one, but I've met him before, because with the artist, Mr. Shipley...
I'm still going to ask for a sanity roll here.
I'll still do it.
Because I am not organised enough to keep track of the cumulative sanity lost from each creature kind. Which is technically how you're supposed to do this. But...
I accidentally brought the gardener's character sheet up.
And you watch as the gardener suddenly takes a real interest in the situation before retreating back into the shadows once more.
It's a fail.
Okay, Johan and Mortimer, I need you both to roll me 1d6, please. And that will be your sanity loss.
3.
So Augustus, you see as those two come down the stairs, you see them shy back a little. And Johan, I need you to make me an intelligence roll, please. You should know that...
This is fine. This is just fine. Somebody with a weird skin condition.
Yes. Please reduce your sanity appropriately. And yeah, you shrink back a little as you enter.
It's gone again.
That's just sanity. It comes and it goes. It's like the tide.
Mostly goes.
That's not like the tide.
No, not like the tide at all.
Metaphor has fallen apart. But yes, the kitchen, there's several servants, a man tied to a chair, and no scones in sight.
There's no scones?
There's no scones. But yes.
Alright, listen, snake oil dude, man, if you're the reason why I don't have any scones this morning, I'm going to hit you anyway. So, apologize for ruining my breakfast and tell these people whatever it is they need to know. That's why they have you tied up, or I'm going to hit you. A lot.
Mate, this sounds like an intimidate roll. Please make me an intimidate roll.
Actually, whilst he's doing this, I'll probably have my doctor's bag with me. So what I'll do is lay out all the surgical instruments on the table in front as well. Would that give him a bonus on the intimidate roll?
I would say that, unfortunately, at this moment, this serpent man is not paying attention to what you're doing with your surgical instruments because he is too busy being absolutely terrified of the man right in his face. He shrinks back a little and... I was doing nothing.
My mother? What?
I was doing nothing. I was minding my own business when these people sent their large ape man to grab me and haul me in here.
I don't know what any of that means, but that's not a good enough reason.
And no more harm will come to you. Let me go, and I can be about my business, and you can be about yours.
1 second. I'm going to turn to Dr. Mortimer. Mortimer, one of the last times I saw you, we had an agreement that I would usually ask your permission before I started hitting people. It was what we called a compromise. He just threatened me.
That's very true, he did. Oh.
I think he's about to get Augustus.
Interesting thing about serpent people, according to Miss Carter, I believe she looked into it some time ago, they don't like people that much.
We have that in common, but I really hate snakes. I just want some scones. I just wanted to see my friends and to talk about my thriving business. I wanted to propose. I'm gonna look at the servants. Scones, please, scones.
The cook raises her hand and goes, I was woken up in the middle of the night by yowling cats, and now there is a man tied to a chair. Once this is resolved, and this is out of my kitchen, then I can make scones. But currently,
gotcha. I'm dragging the chair. I'm dragging the chair out of the kitchen. I understand. Say no more.
Okay, so Where are you dragging it? Further into the servants' quarters or back upstairs?
Oh, you know what? Probably further into the servants' quarters. I don't know if I'm 40. I don't know if I'm trying to drag a snake person up some stairs, back and all.
Okay.
Ugh.
I am going to ask for a strength roll here. That's fine. You are, without any difficulty, without any challenge, able to drag the snake person tied to the chair through into the servants' quarters. And
Oh, God, I need that breakfast. Mortimer, who's the new guy?
This is Johann. He's a German diplomat, I believe, of sorts. We met some time ago on the Orient Express.
You went on the train without me?
Well, if I'd known how to contact you, we would have brought you.
You go to the dirtiest, nastiest bar and you scream my name.
It won't be the last time we travel that way on that train, so next time I'll be sure to shout your name in one of the bars.
It hurts me.
But, yes.
Where's Maddie?
Well, I don't know. She vanished about 3 years ago. It's my main reason for coming here, really, was to find out what may have happened, but there doesn't seem to be that much information.
Where's the other two? The guy with the ripped up face and my buddy who struggled in life.
Morgan McCrashley, I've not heard from him in some time. I believe he's been busy with a case or some fashion. Franco...
You see Gus's pull out notes. I take notes now. I'm a businessman.
And I believe Franco vanished in Paris.
I dropped my pen. Franco is gone?
Yes, I've no idea where he went. He vanished overnight in Paris. He climbed out of his room where we were staying in the Hotel of Sheets, and I don't think he quite made it to the floor. Well, he did, but quicker than he planned, and we didn't see no trace of him since.
You didn't set up the trap like I did the last time I was around? So that's how I tracked him and stopped him from going to the police department and had to threaten to smack him? You see, violence solves almost all these... For a doctor... Eat these damn scones.
Need to find out what's going on with everyone. But, yeah, snake people, I've encountered one some time ago. Not very pleasant. Last one I met tried to drug me with tea. Tried to drive me insane with paintings.
Maddie drugged us with tea, but yeah.
Did she?
She did, because I was being rowdy and Franco was being stupid, so it was a typical Wednesday. And she just wanted to sleep. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to start hitting the snake thing a lot. I'm going to work up a sweat, I'm going to eat some scones, I'm going to start hitting the snake.
Hit me.
I mean, you could just tell us what your business was that you were minding outside this house.
I was minding my own business hunting cats, and then they grabbed me.
Why were you hunting cats?
For food.
You eat cats?
Yes.
That's rather unpleasant, isn't it?
No, they're quite tasty.
Just for the cats.
I can see why the cats attacked you if you were trying to hunt them. Cats are very territorial.
Yes,
Is that what happened to your face?
Yes.
You got whooped by cats?
There were cats, and then...
To say cats are quite small. I mean, I'm fairly certain a cat couldn't attack me and be a problem.
There were lots of them.
So you said you're minding your business. What was the business that you were minding?
I said I was hunting cats. And then I got attacked, and then I got abducted and dragged in here.
I'm curious. Serpent people, as like yourself, I've met one before. You have names, don't you?
Yes, we have names.
Such. Do you want us to carry on referring to you as serpent person?
My name is Vorsanish.
Vorsanish.
Vorsanish. I'm just gonna call you Niche.
What is your name, Ape Man?
And you have your own language as well. I've encountered some strange runes. I'm not sure what the language is called. I'm just curious, that whilst you're here and you're quite talked.
Carl, now, will you untie me and let me go about my business?
Why were you outside of our house?
Because that's where there's lots of cats around here.
So you want us to believe that you just randomly show up outside of this house with all the craziness that happens relating to snake people and all the cult and the mythos and all those other words that I hate because they don't mean a damn thing.
Fish people.
And fish people and snake people and that stupid little guy from the sanitarium that I need to hit him. How's he? Yeah, that's a different question. No, that's a coincidence. And I don't believe in those. And I'm gonna cock back, and I'm waiting for a second to see if anybody stops me from just pasting.
It's a coincidence.
I'm just gonna put my hand on the shoulder so he doesn't hit the snake for a second, and I'm saying, so your immediate concern was food via cat, but
I have.
why are you here in London?
We live here.
You live here.
Yes.
I
You
believe
see,
there may be a large number of snake people living beneath the city.
just like casual, without any altercations and anything.
I've only encountered one myself directly. Well, two now.
Well, I mean, then we could just leave him be.
That's a horrible idea. No,
No.
no. Get my pistol. James, pistol. James, did you forget about oh, you people don't listen. I have two pistols, the threatening pistol and the murder pistol.
James, Mr. Green, I don't know where your pistols are. I've not seen you for years. I can't fetch your pistols. I don't know where they are.
Oh God, you, James, you're not very good at your job, but you're charismatic, and that's why I haven't fired you.
Whilst this is going on, I'll just search the snake person's pockets to see if they've got anything like keys or.
Yeah, make me an investigation. Not invest. Oh, I've been playing too much D&D lately.
Just do a spot hidden.
Yeah, do me a spot hidden, because you'll definitely find the keys if you find anything else. Right, as well.
Well, actually, he's got a good spot hidden, but let's see.
Okay.
That's an extreme success, spot hidden.
So, yeah, you find a ring of keys. You find a... Pardon?
Is there an address written on the keys?
There is not an address written on the keys.
What's an extreme?
You find a ball of string. You find 3 small cloth pouches. A small glass bottle. And a folded piece of paper with what looks to be a partially drawn map on it. A series of interconnecting lines. Looks like it could be a map. A bit crumpled, a bit dirty.
The glass bottle itself, it's empty, is it, I'm guessing?
No, it's got a liquid inside it.
This might be interesting. What is this?
It's not touch that, if I were you. That is something that is not safe for your kind to dabble with.
Fair enough. I'll have a look at the pouches, actually. And can I tell anything from it?
It seems to have some sort of powdered leaves and it's got almost an incensey smell to it.
That's interesting, but I'll just close it up.
Yeah, if you want to make any kind of natural world or that sort of check, you can.
Well, I could try natural world. I'm not very good at it. But... No, it's a fail.
No,
That's
you don't know what it is.
I mean, if we were rolling natural world to find something out, maybe I'm not knowing anything either.
Yeah, no.
The chances were way better, but nope.
It's just like this incensey, herby smelling
You can always find out what this
Powder.
is at a later date, or another time. The bit of paper, I'll have a look at it. So it looks like it could be a map.
It could be, yeah, a series of lines. There's no, there is some writing on it, but there is no writing that you understand. The writing that's on seems to be in the same symbols that you've seen before. This language which your guest/prisoner has called Nakal.
How's that spelt? Just
Oh, that is
Naacal.
But being it's a language, I automatically start with one in it. Or not, because it's completely unknown.
Not because, no, it's just completely unknown language to you.
Oh, well.
So it's not a language you would have been exposed to before. Like, it's as if someone had shown someone hieroglyphs without, like,
Yes.
ever having seen, like, the Rosetta Stone or anything comparable. Like, you didn't have anything to go off.
It's like German, for argument's sake, could have a slight chance.
Yeah.
Mortimer,
Yes.
I need you to step aside. Johan, I need you to step aside. I might have left my gun at home, but I never go anywhere without my knife.
I don't think
Pull out
that's
my outrageously...
Stop, this is not needed. Look,
What's in the
we
bottle?
can come to a deal. Poison.
Type of poison.
Can I see the label? I can't. Which type of poison?
I'll just sort of show the label, but I'll keep on.
That is the one that makes your skin melt off.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that on me. Why would you have a poison that causes that? It's a bit of a strange one.
Maybe
depends.
probably because he needs the skin to,
And
look
it's,
like a human.
Where?
and it is useful for skinning cats.
How do you get your disguise?
This. I found it.
Those lying around?
Yes, it's amazing what people leave behind.
I would like to press X. Down.
You can make me a psychology roll if you're trying to. I mean, you are free to doubt in your. Only. I mean, it doesn't seem that convincing. He's kind of seems nervous about Augustus. He sort of shrinks back, but he's. Yeah. It's.
So what I would like to know is, you live among that city, right?
Yes.
There's multiple people like you,
Yes.
just living their days and
Yes.
not generally being a threat to society, right?
Exactly. We mean you know her.
You're also not like taking people's skins. They just lie around, right?
Yeah, it's people die, people leave their skins behind. They weren't using them.
That's very much true. See, I have seen too much weird shit to trust that. And we find ourselves at an impasse. I don't want to kill innocent creatures. But I've never seen an innocent one.
You have never seen an innocent. You're seeing me now.
True. You see, the problem is that I only can perceive the world from my point of view.
I have done nothing to harm you. I have cooperated.
That's true.
I have answered your questions. I have given you my name. All I ask is that you let me go, so that I may return to my business. If you do not, things may go ill for you. This is not a threat, this is a fact.
So, if we were to let you go, you'd carry on hunting cats.
Yes, she likes
Um,
cats.
Yes.
I said I like cats. Cats are delicious.
You said she.
Yes, you
I
did.
misspoke. Your language is confusing.
Mortimer, you know what I want to do.
I know. You will get an opportunity, don't worry. What,
Boots.
is James still about? Is he just...
James is sort of hovering back in the doorway, sort of letting you get on with this. Just kind of
James...
occasionally taking like an extra step back with you, sort of edging out of this situation. Yes, sir.
Would Miss Carter have a street map of London?
We have many maps. I can get you an up-to-date one from the library.
If you could do that, please. I just wish to check this map I have here against it.
Yep. I'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you very much. I do, Mr. Green, I do actually have a surgery at my shop.
Oh.
So
Well.
I think any sort of blood would be difficult to clean up here, and it'd trouble the servants and prevent them from making scones. It would delay them somewhat.
Well, see, I don't know how bloody it would be because I just got to get the top scales to make some boots.
Now, that would be quite interesting.
You question
Maybe a
me
belt.
so much about my choice of clothing.
Yes, you don't have much fashion sense.
No, or a good-looking face. You are hideous, both of you. Like the torn face and the snake face.
Do you worship Yig by any chance?
No? Oh, you're talking as in snake, sorry.
It's like the idea of it, like, oh, yeah. Yig, the Lord of Serpents. What does he have to do with this?
Would they also be known as the Great Serpent by any chance?
Yes.
It's okay, it's just, I've seen...
I am not answering any more of your questions until you agree to let me go.
Okay, we're not letting you go.
Then I will not answer any more of your
That
questions.
is very likely to be the general consensus here. That, I believe, if we were to let you go, you would cause problems for us. You may start trying to fight cats and get yourself beaten up again just outside the house by a cat, which would be quite funny to watch, but I don't like the... I'm not much of an animal person myself, but I do dislike the idea of people's pets being killed or hunted.
Johan, you're a diplomat, right?
Yeah.
So you do negotiations, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to mediate something. I learned that word last week. It's a very important word to me now. So we have, I forgot Snake's name. I'm going to call him Scales. So there's you in the middle, Scales, and me. I need you to help Scales understand if they don't answer every question that Mortimer has, I'm going to do something horrible to them. That's your job.
You have
Scales doesn't seem to be
already
understanding me.
said that you will do something horrible to me and you will not let me go, even if I do answer your questions.
No, I said we're not letting you go, but I did not say I was going to do something horrible to you. If you answer all of their questions, I don't know anything about snake gods and serpents and great serpents. I see a snake, I shoot a snake. I make boots, I throw it in the river. Maybe the fish people eat it. Okay? I'm just saying, if you want to keep all of your limbs or whatever intact, your skin intact, you'll answer Mortimer's questions. You don't want to answer my questions.
This is not how negotiations function properly.
Well, where are you from again?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm from Germany.
Oh, that explains a lot. Anyway, so that's why you're not good at this. Anyway, I need you to help the snake understand what Augustus Green does.
I think I've understood, and I'm pretty sure that the snake is understood already.
I
All right,
understand.
I'm gonna punch the snake. I'm just gonna punch the snake.
Roll me a punch. You have a bonus die because he is tied to a chair and he cannot move that much out of your way.
That almost makes me feel bad. This is unarmed. I'm not using my knife.
I don't know whether that makes it better or worse. He
Oh God.
ducks out of the way and your fist hits the back of the chair. There's a crack.
Ah! That was a perfectly good fist.
Okay. So can we just try and be a bit more... The German word would be zuvorkommend. So
Don't.
just think for a moment on what that is in English.
Your German ways are mysterious to me.
Let's be a little bit more obliging, right?
I don't know what that
Considering
means.
we might let them leave, right?
Yeah, they could go at some
Just
point.
let's consider that for a moment, right? There's not. I mean, we can just nip that problem in a bud. But considering that there's a she that likes cats around, she might go out and try to find cats themselves, and that might be more problematic than a hidden snake person, whoever she is. So potentially we bring you back home, right? We bring you back home, we're all going there together, and then we make sure that whatever you're doing there is not a threat, and you can keep living there, your life, her life, together, and we have no problems whatsoever. But we have seen too much weird stuff to not take the precaution. I'm sure you understand that.
Give me a charm or a persuasion here. I'm leaning
Sure.
persuasion. It sounds more like persuasion.
It's more persuasion.
Yeah, this is a reasonable argument, I think.
Oh, come on! Roll 20 hits me today. I don't think I've rolled anything lower than an
And-
80.
The Fortunish looks from you over to Mortimer and Augustus. Goes, are you on board with this?
I'm sorry.
Are you on board with this, you two? If I guide you back to my place of abode, you will let me walk out of this house of yours?
I'd be fine with it.
I am not asking you. I am asking the man who tried to hit me and his friend who keeps threatening to cut me up. Those are the two I do not trust.
Yeah. Look. I mean, it sounds like a trap, right? But honestly, you could be like, "Oh no, there's 5 snake people," and then I'll be like, "Oh no, there's 5 dead snake people." So sure, as long as it's not a trap, you'll be safe and sound.
I'm undecided, but I'm not sure.
I see this going 2 ways. Well, 3 ways. Firstly, you let me go. I return to my business, you return to yours, and we never need to cross each other's paths again. Secondly, you kill me in all the horrible ways you've just described, and as you said, I have not been living alone. There is someone else there, and when they do not get fed, they will go out hunting.
Is this a person or a pet?
This is a person. I think I'm using that word correctly.
Well, I see yourself as a person, so...
Then Yes. If I am a person, then they are a person.
Are they a snake like you?
They're not like me, but yes, they are a snake.
Are they like aggressive, rude, charming, hungry? Do they get
She
cranky
is-
when they're hungry?
She gets a little cranky when she's hungry. Cranky.
Does she
It's a good
have
word.
multiple heads?
No, that would be ridiculous.
You're a talking snake person. This is already ridiculous.
And you're
One
a
moment.
talking ape person. I don't see why that is.
Yes, please excuse me for a moment. I need to see where one of the servants has gotten to, and I'll go to try and find James regards the map I asked him for.
Oh.
Yes.
Mortimer, as you go do that, check on and see how the scones are coming.
I will do just that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mortimer, you pass back through the kitchen where Mrs. Bramley and one of the maids are in fact making scones. They're tired, they've not had a good night's sleep, but they are making scones.
Good.
You can see they're just getting ready to put them, they're just getting the oven hot enough to put them in.
That's
Piling
good.
up the stove. Yeah, you can make your way up the stairs where
Fine.
James is coming down the stairs with a map of the streets of London.
Yeah, just the person. Thank you very much, James. I wanted to see whether this map corresponded with any streets in the area. And I'll have a look at compare the bit of paper to the map and do a comparison. It actually focused on the area where we currently are.
Okay, give me an intelligence roll, please, here.
To be fair,
Unless you've got anything that you think would better relate to this. Like,
I don't think my education role would fit it at all.
no, this is more about puzzling it together rather than knowing the streets.
Success.
So you turn it this way and that, so you compare it to the streets around you. Streets, different bits of London, but every time you think you've got it sort of lined up, you see a couple of lines that aren't right. And the more you
Like
look at it,
tunnels.
the more it doesn't look quite right for a street map. It's too much. The branching's wrong. It's more. How you're sort of looking at it and comparing it to the streets. Things don't seem to join up at both ends as much as like a street does. A lot of things, two ends, and then just come together, joining one main road, which then joins another larger road, almost like tributaries following to a river, but much
Water.
more angular, much straighter. There are a few curved lines in there, but mostly it's straight lines.
But I can't pin it down to an area.
It doesn't correspond to any street map.
So it can't be like the underground or...
No, there's not enough. There are some underground lines now, but this doesn't match up with underground lines
I know of, at least.
that
That's
you
okay.
know of. Is there anything else I can get to help you, sir?
No, that'd be great. I was hoping this would correspond with something, but doesn't seem to make much sense to me. But I'll keep hold of this map just for now in case someone else has a better idea. But anyway, this is a bit of a confusing situation we have. So I'll head back to the other two.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Whilst Mortimer was out of the room.
so what you're saying
what were you
is
up to?
she. So what you're saying is she is basically the snake version of Mr. Green here. Big and angry when hungry.
Yes.
I see.
Is she your wife?
Oh, no. Wife. That is when you take one of the 8 women and keep them, right?
Keep? What the? She a
I think that is basically how this works, yeah?
No, she is not.
Germans.
Well, I keep her fed. No, maybe she is my wife, maybe. I don't know. I'm still learning some of your...
Do you procreate
Language.
with her?
No.
Yeah, she's your wife.
Ah. Well, in that case, yes, she is my wife. And what was I saying? Yes. Look, she does not like visitors.
Will she attack somebody that comes to your house?
If I am not with them, yes.
Well then. That seems kind of problematic, right?
Yes.
So,
So, if you leave me alive, you don't have to come to my house and deal with her.
so if I'm understanding this correctly, there is a snake person that is dangerous to the people around them in the middle of London.
Only if she is unfed, which I have been feeding her, so she has not been dangerous.
As there's this lull in the conversation, I'm gonna casually ask, "Hey, snake person, do you worship or know anything about Cthulhu?"
We are not foolish enough to dabble with that.
Who do you dabble with?
We honor Yig, Lord of Serpents.
And does he hate humans?
I am not on the first name terms, speaking terms, with Yig,
I just mean
the
universe.
Lord of all serpents. We do not hate humans. We tolerate your presence of our world.
How magnanimous. Learned that one last week too.
I'm learning quite quickly.
I have 5 books.
And it's probably around this point that Mortimer, if you were heading back, were you heading back to the room or were you heading elsewhere?
I was going to ask something. I believe my shop isn't that far away from the society, so if Bo was to give me a coach trip, I could probably be there quite quickly.
Yeah, you could probably be there in a quarter of an hour.
I'll leave word with James that I need to go to my shop to collect a few things, and I'll head to see if I can get Bo to drop me off at my shop, and I'll head there to pick up a few things.
Okay, so Mortimer, you're leaving, you're heading off to get some things. You'll probably be back in about half an hour. Augustus and Johan, is there anything else you want to learn or anything else you want to achieve in that half an hour? Or do you want to do anything? Take someone anywhere? Punch any snake people?
I am going to eat my scones when presuming they come out of the oven.
Yeah, the scones have gone in the oven now. They're probably ready.
I'm going to eat my scones. And I'm going to, Augustus is going to take the notes that I've kind of been taking, like formalize them or whatever. And I'm going to look at the snake person. I'm going to bite my lip. You can see I'm struggling with this moment. Snake person.
Yes?
I'm sorry for trying to punch you.
Apology
Impressive.
accepted. I am sorry for trying to eat your cat.
Very good. I turn to look at
Progress.
Johan, and I'll say, "Don't tell Mortimer I did that." And I go back to my scones.
I will not. I
I
don't
yell at
small
James.
talk.
James, you don't tell him either.
Of course not, sir. You know me, mum's the word. And, well,
Well then.
so, as Augustus gets his scones, as Mortimer goes to fetch whatever it is he is fetching, unless anyone else has anything imminent they want to do before Mortimer's return, this seems as good a point as any to take a quick 10-minute break. And we will see you back in a moment's time. And we are back. So, Mortimer, you return from your trip to your shop to a house that smells of fresh baked scones. Augustus and anyone else who wants to have dined on fresh scones has finished a massive plate full of scones as Mortimer, you return back to the house.
I'll just head towards the captive to see how things are going with them.
This is a very important question. Did anyone try and give the captive any scones?
Sure, why not? Let's be polite. They're a guest, right?
No, I do not want your strange food.
It is strange, but it is incredibly delicious.
I would like to know, are snakes carnivorous only?
I do not know about the lesser snakes, but we only eat flesh.
Ah, I see. I mean,
And eggs.
fair. Hmm. So,
Vortanish looks up at Mortimer. Yes, you're back?
I am, yes. I'd wanted to check this map with a few things, but couldn't make sense of it. I believe it's probably underground pipes or something, which is not something that I would travel.
It's the map? Oh, the one you took from me.
Yes. Is it important to you, or...?
It is merely a map to keep track of the underground tunnels beneath your city. No. Yes. Well, tunnels, that is the right word?
I believe so.
Nice.
Underground passageways or something.
Yes, they're very useful. I must commend your people for building so many of them. And so quickly, too.
There does seem to be a number in the city.
Although it would be more pleasant if they were kept cleaner. No one seems to enjoy pouring the filth of the city down there.
That's what they're for. Literally why we bit. Ugh.
But have either of you two gentlemen decided on what we should do with this captive here? Whether we let them go or...
I think we bring them home.
Sure.
And then we decide whether they're a threat to the city or not.
That seems valid. They seem to be just living here. So I'm not pleased about their hunting. But
There's enough strays as long as they try to keep pets out of their target range. It should be fine. There should no longer be any altercations.
Yes, I will return to the scabby strays.
James!
Yes, sir?
Come here, please. I'm gonna meet James out in the kitchen, like at the threshold, and I'm gonna whisper as quietly as I can. Find me a pistol.
Me a pistols there. Look,
would I have been close enough to hear that? I've done a listen roll, but I don't know.
Well, you said this was in the doorway of the kitchen?
Yeah, this is on the
servant.
threshold of the kitchen, and I'm
So
whispering.
this would be a hard listen roll, so if you got a hard success, then...
No, it's just a standard success. Because
he goes,
I've picked up a number of guns.
James, look at me.
I don't have a pistol. I don't have a pistol.
Okay, all right. Well, I forgot mine I don't know why I wouldn't bring a gun here, of all places, but I didn't. I have many.
I can give you a knife, or,
It's not as good as mine. Come on. Like, look at it.
No, it's a kitchen knife, but look. We don't I don't get involved in this stuff, okay?
James, next time, have the scones ready. And I turn around very sassily, I might add, like on my heel, and I just go.
You hear muttering into distance as James retreats into the
What
kitchen.
was that, James?
You
What?
hear... No, you hear what he says. He hears, man turns up once every 5 years demanding scones.
It was 4! 4! You agreed to always have the scones, James. James. As I go back in, I'm gonna look at Mortimer. I'm gonna say, Mortimer, I made a mistake. I didn't bring all my tools, and I say it like that. But we don't have time to dilly-dally. Eat your scones, and let's go.
Well, trying to think of how everyone's positioned in this corridor. Would that be near the doorway, or...?
It's up to you where you are in this. We've not really specified the exact layout of
Oh, it's okay. We'll
the
that on the
servants'
way.
room and quarters. Yeah, this is all taking. There's like this whole sprawl of rooms around the kitchen. Like the servants' quarters are big. There's lots of bits.
Yeah, it is
to
quite a big house, to be fair.
It's an excessively massive house.
Yes, Mr. Green, that's one of the reasons I decided to return to my house to pick up my own tools.
I don't need books, man. Your books have never solved any problems. You're like, oh, look at me. I have a book and a little quill, and I do Dr. Mortimer things. That doesn't help.
Well, we can start the whole thing by just getting this person back to their home, right?
That's right,
fine.
my good friend.
Yes.
Johan. I've decided we're friends now. Congratulations. This is the best moment of your life. It's all downhill from here.
I fear the world certainly looks that way.
Sure. All right, let's go. We're out of scones.
So, are you untying him from the chair?
Yeah.
What other... Are you leaving him loose? Are you tying him up at all? And what are you doing about his face and the fact that it is daylight out here and this man has...
Yes, I have an idea. Wait, hold on. One moment. I'm going to run back to the door, like where the coat racks are and all of that, and I'm going to ostensibly find a man's hat. I'd like to think it's James. I'd really want it to be James's. I'm going to grab James's hat. I'm going to scuttle back in. I'm going to be like, look, it fits perfect. I'm going to take it. I'm going to push it down really far on this guy's face. And I'm going to say, you know what? Yeah, that's probably good enough. And then I'm going to say, look, we're going to untie you. Okay? However... Oh, go ahead.
Can you give me a disguise roll, please?
Oh, God.
I'm looking very skeptical. The penalty die, please.
I think we should just say it fails. I mean, I think that would actually be fair.
I am going to flavor this based on how your disguise roll comes out.
Oh, God.
Okay, I was going to say on the rare chance you got a success, that this, might at least be distractingly weird to look like some kind of outfit, but no, it is quite obvious that...
How many luck points would I have to spend to make that a success? Can I ask that?
Yes, that would be...
37.
Yeah, 37.
No, I can't justify that.
That's not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn over to Dr. Davenport, and you have bandages, don't you?
I do, yes.
The man has leprosy. He needs to cover the face in bandages.
Could try that.
So.
We could try that. That would be one way to conceal his appearance. I've brought my bag with me with I'll have bandages in it. What sort of roll would be necessary to wrap them in bandages?
I mean, you are... for how well this comes out, I'm going to ask for a disguise roll with a bonus die. This is for the end output. This is for how well this
So I can't do medicine and...
No, the target here is in disguise. I mean, his face is wrapped in bandages. Have you left his eyes? This is some key questions. Are you aiming to leave his eyes and mouth open?
His eyes, yes. Mouth.
Okay, not his mouth. His mouth is also bandaged up.
No. If I had 2 bonus dice, it would have worked, but no.
So it's...
Ooh, actually, that's not far off.
Essentially, if you want to use luck to succeed, then this is, a job that wouldn't catch any attention. As it is, just the sheer excessive amount of bandages you've had to use to cover all the bits where he's obviously a snake man makes this quite... you can't see that he's a serpent person anymore, but it's definitely a look that was going to draw attention and get glanced, especially in this very well-to-do part of London. Seeing a man walking around with his entire face covered in bandages and just eyes. And when you look really closely, you can see that the eyes are not entirely human eyes.
Oh well, we'll just make do with what we can.
Yeah, just put the hat on and it's fine.
Don't tell James.
Let's just go. I don't think we should walk him around with the hands tied. That would be even more
Yes, it'd be more obvious.
obvious. Yeah.
We're not trying to, how could I put it? We are basically letting them go. We just want to ensure...
Mortimer, I run a protection business. This wounded person attacked one of my clients. That's why we could justify having them tied up.
Good to go with that?
We will untie them once everything's good and dandy.
Yeah, but that's gonna just if somebody's asking questions, it's gonna be the cops, and that answer is just gonna make the cops involved in the whole thing, and that's the officer's not gonna like that again.
Oh, they do hate me. Very much, categorically, without exception. Fine. Fine. All right, snake sleep.
Short journey, or
Oh, yeah, so you can't talk.
Yeah, that's inconvenient.
yeah, his mouth will be able to.
There you go.
It's not far. It's only 3 streets away.
That shouldn't take long. We'll be quick.
Yeah, let's go.
Scalesley, don't fuck up.
Well,
This is straight.
I've got my rapier on my side. I'm fine.
Straight across the square, then take the first left. Then the first right after that, this way.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you head
I'll
out.
move with the guy up front and leave the other 2 check behind. So if he runs, that we can intervene.
Well,
I want to whisper to Mortimer.
Front,
What tools did you bring? Oh, sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry. As the 2 are in front, so we can't see us, I'll open my jacket and pass Mr. Green a gun, a revolver, basically. So, you'll notice, actually, you wouldn't have... I don't think you would have seen that leather harness thing he had set up, where he could have where he could have 2 guns to cross-draw them.
I was there when you talked about it.
Yes.
I was there when you talked about
Unfortunately,
making it.
Wielding 2 pistols at once is a penalty dice, and it's not very good. So he hasn't done that, but it means he has got 2 pistols with him. So
I was there when you fired 2 pistols, though, so I will discreetly take the pistol.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a look. It's a bloodlust look, and I smile.
Yes. And I'll just, we'll just carry on as normal.
Okay, so you head down these 3 streets. You get a few side glances from the well-to-do people of Mayfair, wondering what is going on. But everyone is too polite to actually ask what is going on. You just see them glance your direction and then tips her hat. Morning.
Morning.
And they carry on their way. And a few streets away from the society, you come to a red brick house. It's still a decent townhouse, but it's a lot less grand than society. But just down the corner, around the edge of it, there are a set of steps that lead down to a basement level door. And you can see this painted door. You can see the paint is quite scratched. Paintwork is flawed at on the outside.
Cats really don't seem to like you.
There's probably a bit of smell of cat pee, as I recall. Because I think all the cats will...
Yeah, you can hear it's this clawed door, and there's a strong smell of cat piss down the bottom of these steps where this door is.
Johann, you need a shower or a bath or whatever it is that you do to German land. That's a joke, my friend. It's a joke.
I see.
Haha, I'm hilarious. Okay, alright, we're gonna move on.
So is this the place then?
Is the place? Yes.
I have...
You have the key.
Yes, is it loads of keys on this or just one?
Quite a lot of keys. There's two sort of larger keys, designed for unlocking doors, and then a series of smaller keys. Like 12 smaller keys.
Yes,
It's quite a big ring.
I'll pass them over, then I shall just have a look around. Is there anyone else around? Seeing us here before as I'm handing over.
There's no one else about now. Not currently.
Okie dokies. So I'll pass the keys over and as he turns...
Who are you passing the keys to?
The snake,
yeah.
I believe, I think. So that he turns to face the door.
Yeah, he turns to face the door.
And I'll have a quick look at Augustus, and I'll draw my knife, and I will stab him in the back. Not Augustus, I mean.
It's always good to clarify.
But
my back!
Okay.
yes, I don't know word that, but
He wasn't necessarily seeing this coming, so I'm going to give you a bonus die here, but I am still asking for a roll. It still is going to be a fight, potentially.
yes, but this knife this is what I picked up from my shop. It's a slightly curved knife. It is actually one I picked up in Constantinople, and it has a number of holes drilled through the blade at inch intervals. It's only a small knife, to be fair, but through each of those holes there is a bit of woolen cloth soaked in cyanide, so the blade is actually poisoned with cyanide.
I mean, I don't know how fast cyanide kills you in the bloodstream.
Don't blades with it. They put cloth in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that cyanide on a knife would be it wouldn't be an instant death. I don't think.
I mean, if he survives the encounter and runs, he's not gonna make it for too long.
No.
Oh.
But so I'm going to rule this. You said it's a small knife.
Yeah, it's a curved knife, so I don't know what you'd class as.
I will class it as knives come in large, medium, and small.
What is medium?
Are we talking more switchblade length or carving knife length? How long is this knife? I'm thinking this sounds like a small knife from the way you've got it concealed and it's not been an issue.
Basically, it's just a knife mainly designed for cutting people's throats.
I think this sounds like a small knife.
Or an assassin's knife.
This is a small knife.
Yes.
But we will see how this knife does. So roll me a fighting roll with a bonus die, please.
Let's have a look. That's a fail, but
1 point of luck, come on.
I'll spend 1 point of luck to make our success.
Okay, so a small knife. That will be 1d4 plus your damage bonus.
3 damage.
Okay, so the knife that is across you're going for his throat. and it doesn't cut in quite as much as you would hope, and tangle up through this thick mat of bandages. And it's what seems almost like unusually tough skin underneath. Like, it's definitely doing damage, but it's not a straight like slice and he's dead.
Yeah.
And as it slashes across his throat, I'm going to ask, what is Johann's dex and what is everyone's dex score?
55.
Johann, 55 for Johann?
50.
50 for Augustus.
50 for Mortimer as well.
And 50 for Mortimer. Okay. So as Mortimer goes for Borchith's throat, Borchith is going to turn around and go for Mortimer. Just defensive instinct attacking back. And his mouth is a little going to be and he's just going to attempt to like strike you, to knock you down, to scratch across you. He claws out towards you. Are you going to try and fight back or dodge?
I'll try to dodge to one side.
Okay, give me a dodge roll, please. He's going to give you a fighting brawl roll. You successfully dodge to one side as he swings out against you. Johann, over to you. What are you doing?
I would have waited for inside, but all right. I'm drawing my dagger, my rapier, and start stabbing.
Okay, give me a fighting brawl.
Rapier.
Your enemy is going to try and dodge. Dodge. That is a failure. Please, that's 3.
3 whole damage.
Yeah. Again, as your rapier digs his underskin, so not the sort of the outer sort of guise that he's wearing, this human skin, but the underskin is definitely tougher and sturdier than human skin.
Shit.
But yeah, you're definitely doing damage. Augustus, this is turning into a scuffle in the street. What would you like to do?
I'm going to yell, "He's attacking my client!" And then I'm going to pull out my very large knife.
So you're yelling, you're making noise here.
I am yelling. It is a calculated move.
Okay.
He's attacking my client, and I would. Can I do that as I pull out a knife and make an attack, or is that too many?
Talking is a free action.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
It's a little more loosey-goosey with actions.
Gotcha.
Basically, as long as you don't take the piss.
I don't think I have enough luck to land that attack.
That would be 12 points of luck.
Oh.
He's gonna.
Okay.
22.
No, 22. Thank you. I can't do maths. 22 points of luck.
It's worth it. I'll spend the 22.
Okay. So the knife scrapes across his serpent's hide skin. Definitely doing some damage. But yeah, your voice echoes across between the buildings around you. You're drawing some attention, but it's going to take them a little while to get here. And we're back round to Mortimer with his little poison knife.
It's okay, I'm just checking my sanity quickly to see if I can afford to cast any spells.
Oh God.
No, I can't afford to. Okay, so I'm guessing, is he facing me now, the snake person?
Yes, he's facing all of you. He is turned around, he's trying to scratch at you, he's trying to dodge and duck and weave between the other attacks.
Yeah, I'll try to move to one side, but I am going to try and stab him again.
Right.
So, hard success. That was
okay, let's just check I don't get an extreme success on my dodge. No, I do not. So hard success. Roll me the damage for your little knife.
I'm trying to remember, what do I type again? Is it R or slash R? Slash R.
Slash R, yes.
Very not working for some reason. 4 damage.
4 damage, yeah. Chipping away. He's struggling, he's fighting, but he's not looking good. You hear a voice call out from a window somewhere up above. There's a fight going on down there! Someone call the police! You're still in a rather well-to-do bit of London here. It is still... A scrap in an alley here, or a street here, is not normal. But we're back round to sort of the top, and we're back round to Chief, who... You know, he's going for Mortimer. Mortimer is the person who started this, and he is going to try one sort of last-ditched, almost animal panicked attempt to bite Mortimer. Mortimer, it's up to you whether you want to fight back or dodge this.
I'm going to dodge because I'm much better at dodging.
Okay.
Also easier to dodge than fighting back.
That's a fail.
Oh, that is a failure on your behalf, and sadly only a hard success on my behalf, not an extreme success. And I need you to make me a con roll, please. As he bites into you and...
It's a fail.
Okay, so... Mortimer. You will take... Initially... 3 points of damage as his teeth sink into you. And then... An additional... 8 points of damage as the venom courses into your veins. As this sort of last sort of breath, this last minute of this dying serpent, he just sinks his teeth in and eventually pumps all the venom he can muster into your bloodstream.
That puts me at -1 health.
Right. So let's refer to the flowchart. I love these flowcharts. They are one of my favourite things about this book. So, you have taken a major wound, and your hit points have fallen to 0. They can't go to minus as they are at 0. Both these things are correct. Mortimer is currently dying. So, as Mortimer, drops to the ground, he is dying. He is unconscious. Life is rapidly fleeing his body. Johan, what are you going to do?
Am I noticing that he's dying in this split second?
I mean, in this split second, he's gone limp, he's dropped to the ground, and he doesn't look good. It's up to you what you want to do. The serpent person also doesn't look good.
I'm stabbing
his
the
eyes
serpent.
are wild. Alright, stab the serpent. Give me a roll, please.
Nobody's helped if that guy can still attack people. Yeah.
No, distracted by what's going on, you don't manage to land a blow. Okay. Augustus. The serpent person is still up, still kicking with his last breath of life.
I'm gonna yell, "He stabbed my friend!" And then I'm gonna try to cut him.
Okay. Oh. Let me just check his dodges. No, his dodge is not successful. That is a hard success. So, with the 13 points of damage, exactly how much overkill do you want to do to this serpent man, Augustus?
I don't want to do... I want to make sure he's dead, but I don't want to, eviscerate him because it makes my self-defense story fall apart, and I am only a recently redeemed man. So, when I cut him and I grab him, I whisper in his ear, "I'll see you and your shit god in hell." And then I'll drop him, and then I'm going to scream again, "I think he killed my friend. The man in bandages, I think he killed my friend." And then I'm going to, I know it's probably too much to fit in a turn, but then I'm going to direct my turn back to my very poisoned Davenport friend.
Your choices were attacking or helping Davenport.
That's right. No, I'm saying, but now it's like my turn's over, but now that's what I'm pivoting to.
Okay, Mortimer, could you give me a con roll, please? Remember, you have got luck.
Hard success.
Hard
Success.
success. You're not dead yet. You're not
Okay.
dead yet. The serpent person is very much dead. Like, bleeding this sort of... It's darker than human blood. It's... this almost black blood. Like, bleeding out all over the place. You hear a whistle and a policeman's rattle from around the corner. And the sound of boots running towards you. But you still got this brief moment before the police arrive. Johan, what are you doing?
I'll try to. I'm pulling the my belt and trying to. He was bitten in the arm, considering it's just like 3 hit points.
Yeah, I think the arm seems fair. Like upper arm, I think. Yeah.
Gonna go and try to pull that tight and prevent the spread from the toxin.
Okay. Give me a first aid roll, please. Yeah, that is an extreme success. You're stopping the venom, stopping the poison from spreading any further. You have temporarily stabilized Mortimer, you have 1 hit point. You are temporarily stabilized. This is not a permanent situation. You're going to need this. You know enough of a doctor to know that you're in bad shape.
Yeah.
And if you don't sort of find proper medical attention within the next hour, things could go very badly. But as the Mortimer is stabilized, sort of coming blurry to consciousness, 2 police officers come running round the corner. 2 uniformed officers, batons out.
Can I yell as I see them?
Yeah, you can yell.
I'm gonna yell. The man in bandages attacked my client. He attacked Dr. Davenport. We defended him within the parameters of the law. Arrest this man.
Right, what? Everyone step away. You, shut the window, stop looking in. Right. You see the police officer sort of scan the scene.
Yes.
Mortimer and
I would like to know
dead man.
how to properly this. I'm really good at law, and I think this is a chance to use that to make sure that we're not fucking ourselves over right now.
Okay, yeah, give me a law roll, please.
That's a success. I can make that one hard if necessary.
Okay, so the police sort of surveying the scene.
I was going to say, as Mortimer sort of stands, he's going to sort of stagger to his feet, but he's going to put his knife away. The sheath is against his lower back. He's just going to.
Okay, no, so you stay. Everyone stay still. Let's. I am racking my brain for. I don't actually know what the law on reasonable self-defense was in 1893. Being that I know less about law than Johan does, but I think Johan would know enough to know that there's a case. They've got a case here if they can prove it, but they're still in a tricky situation here, especially because the other man is dead.
But also, three well-dressed gentlemen.
Yes, the fact that you are well dressed, especially, and you have contacts and
he attacked my client.
Diplomacy. Everyone, right? Someone. Call the what? Call the coroner. We've got a the right person, but we've got a body here, and you 3 gentlemen are going to come along with me to the station, and we can get to the bottom of this.
He's poisoned. He can't. He's dying.
We'll
Look at his wound on his arm. We need a doctor.
We'll call him a doctor.
I am
You
the
three
doctor.
gentlemen will call an additional doctor. You three gentlemen are going to come with me along to the station.
Certainly.
Because poison, I can feel it working now.
Yeah, we'll offer.
I think he bit him.
Bit him.
That was weird.
Yeah,
Right,
but
Believe it.
Cat Wolf thing from the freak show.
Yeah, it's.
Look.
I mean, I thought he was just needy and.
His skin looks a bit strange as well. Do you want to have a look at this person?
We'll deal with Cooper. You stay with him. You three gentlemen with me, please. Now.
Sure.
You bit my client.
That is may or may not be true, but
Business card.
may I? Do you have your knife? Were you the one that stabbed him?
I happily hand over. This is a very important moment. I hand over both the knife that I cut him with, and I say, "Here is my pistol, which I am allowed to care for, or I'm allowed to carry, due to my profession." And then I hand them an Augustus Green business card.
That may be. Do any of the rest of you gentlemen have weapons? Would you please hand them over? Yes.
Certainly. I mean, it's probably unhooked anyway because I used my belt to first aid somebody. So I'll hand over scabbard and rapier.
Oh, the police officer looks slightly surprised to see this effective but also ornamental rapier.
I'm training him.
It is a
German.
weapon.
They're not
It is ornamental, but it is still a weapon, right?
Yes.
You were
Oh yeah.
asking
No.
for
I
that,
mean,
right?
yeah. So that's why he looks quite surprised because he's
Take
not.
care of it. It is expensive.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. So let me just describe the situation quickly. We were escorting this person. We thought he was some sort of sick person, and we were thinking we might be of help, right? Helping the needy a little, and they were leading us down this flight of stairs, and then turned around, and I think he bit him. It was really, really weird.
He definitely bit him. And that's
Mr. Green intervened, and I'm not sure how. It was really quick.
Okay.
And now
He said something about eating his flesh or something. It was weird.
The madness of drink. You see what people get up to. This I wouldn't expect it in this part of town. Johan, please could you give me a fast talk roll, please? You have a bonus die. Fast talk. You have a bonus die. You've got some assistance here. But this is all a bunch of bullshit.
I'm gonna give you the necessary 11 luck for that.
Oh, you are not. How are you a politician with a 5 in flying?
I'm really good at using facts for me, right? Like persuading people, just charming them.
Sophistry.
But I need to take time to prepare my speeches and stuff.
You need a PowerPoint slide. Got it. You're at a seminar.
But, right, look, I'm sure, gentlemen, we can get this all cleared up at the station. And I'm sorry to have to take you in, but if we've got a dead body, my sergeant...
Treat us with respect. I'm a businessman. He's a doctor. He's sort of a diplomat or something.
Take a seat. Someone fetch a doctor for this gentleman here.
Our doctor needs a doctor.
And would you please just keeping your voice down, sir? There's no need for all the shouting.
Can I try to treat myself?
Yes. If you've got your doctor's, have you got medical equipment with you?
Got his medical bag with him, to be fair, because he brought it with him.
Yeah, if you want to try and do some.
Yeah, I'll be focused on getting the poison out. I've dealt with snake bites in India, but we'll see. That's just a success.
Okay, yeah, a success. There, sort of. So as the desk sergeant and a couple of other officers taking down Augustus's statement, sort of writing quickly,
Yeah.
Yeah, like yes, we don't need any more cards. We've got your card, sir.
Would I gain any benefit from a hard success?
No, a hard success would not be an improvement here. But you can uncheck. You're no longer actively dying. So.
That's good.
And you can roll me 1d3 for regained hit points, and you can start your pathway on the slow process of recovery. So for now, you're at 3 hit points, and you're not dying. You do still, however, have a major wound, which is this deep puncture wound, like you see almost, I guess, a little bit of necrotic flesh around the outside, like whatever poison the serpent man had. Venom this serpent man had. It's nasty stuff. But yeah, you're still feeling woozy, you're still not feeling great, but you reckon you're not actively dying.
Good to know.
As right, let's take this from the top again. You were exporting, and then you got attacked, and then he bit you, and then you stabbed him.
No, it was we went down. He was talking to us. He like struck out first. We tried to step back. He bit my friend, who then dropped. He said something about eating his flesh. He then kept trying to attack Dr. Mortimer Davenport. I tried to shove him off and said, "Don't make me use Augustus level force." He did not care. Johann tried to restrain him. He was flailing around. He's not very physically talented or useful at all. He was doing something. I don't know. Okay, I had to pull out my knife. He kept attacking, and then I had to defend my client, who was being attacked and almost
died. The fact that
died.
he is your client is irrelevant to this situation.
It is incredibly relevant because he's under my protection. And I am a professional protector. I have the right with these licenses on the street to protect my clients, especially when they're being
you do not
attacked
have the right to murder anyone in the street, sir. May I
It's
just
not
clarify
murder.
that?
It is not murder. It is self-defense of another.
Quick question.
We will get to the bottom of that, but may I point out that
do you report to Inspector Thorne by any chance?
no, he's over at the Scotland Yard main office.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You
You see another officer appear and sort of lean down. Sorry, you were asking about Inspector Thorne. What? Why?
Yes. Whether you reported to him, I don't know.
It seems this case is now one of Thorne's cases.
Oh, yeah. I see.
If you gentlemen would just wait there, we will be back momentarily. He steps out of the room.
Get a bottle of whiskey for Thorn. He's gonna need it.
And time ticks by. The sort of clock hands.
Do we have time for a quiet conversation?
Yes, yeah. If you're quiet and you've got time for a conversation.
I'm gonna be very quiet. My mic doesn't do very well picking up whispers, so just pretend that I'm whispering. I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna say, Johann, I was lying. You're very useful. You're very useful. And I'm gonna say, Dr. Davenport, you can't fight. Don't ever do that shit again. Ever. Okay, thank God he attacked you first. I kind of like stare at him when I say it, just in case somebody is listening. But I'm like, that was not great. And usually when somebody attacks one of my clients, I just give them the business and the cops just roll by. But, oh, somebody died and here we are.
Yeah, I thought
City's going to pot.
a bad idea to fight him and whatever's in that house at the same time.
True.
And we've still got what's in that house to deal with.
I'll just burn it down.
That is an idea.
Gentlemen, we have been in touch with the mortician at the hospital and with Inspector Thorne, and I am pleased to say that you are free to go.
Would that be Victor, by any chance?
I do not know the doctor's name. All I know is I was told to let you go. However, I am not happy with this. And if I see any of you causing trouble around Mayfair...
Causing trouble? Defending
killing
somebody's...
people. Yes.
I'm sorry, officer. What was your name again?
Officer... this would be... Yeah, Constable Bradley. Actually, no, this would have gone up to... This is Sergeant Bradley. Definitely a sergeant level situation. Sergeant Bradley. Yes. We've been advised by Scotland Yard not to pursue this any further. However, may I remind you that though self-defense is allowed, we do not want dead bodies littering our streets. I would advise you, gentlemen, to be more cautious about who you offer to help in the future. And please be careful. I wish you a safe journey home.
Where may I collect my legally owned weapons?
You may have your gun back, though I may remind you that shooting people is, except in dire need of self-defense, is not legal.
And please note that I did not pull out my weapon, even though it would have been legal in this moment. So I accept your apology for your false accusations, and we shall leave now.
That was not an apology.
It was. It's okay. I'm a proud man too.
Oh, sorry. There's one more thing before you leave. You, and he points just to Augustus. Stay there. Stay, there we go. Take that to be developed.
I did not consent to your strange light box. And I turn around and go.
So it was a camera. You know what a camera is, sir?
No, it was a light box.
Just
it's
don't.
1983. No, it's 1893. I can't do numbers. You know what a camera is.
Your strange light box has offended me.
Yeah. You stayed still very well, though.
It was a lawful instruction, and I followed the law. The name Augustus Green is gold in this city,
The door of
Sergeant.
the police station shuts behind you.
Sergeant Brickham's, I hope we don't meet again.
Well, that worked way better than I feared it would. And at the same
that's how you
time,
do diplomacy.
Gordon's going to be annoyed.
Who's he again?
Thorn is the officer for the weird stuff. Which is why Thorn just intervened on our behalf, because it's a snake person.
Yes, that's pretty much. He deals with the esoteric stuff he normally brings to the society to look into.
Well, I think that we learned a couple lessons today.
No attack outside of buildings.
Especially if you're not good at it.
But we would have been fine until there was a lot of noise, and that brought the police.
They were going to come anyway. Trust me, I know about the police and when they show up and how.
Yeah,
I've been
exactly.
arrested 716 times. 717 now.
But anyhow, we still have the matter of that house to deal with.
Yeah. So, let's just go there and look through the windows and look whether we can see what's inside before we go in.
Well, do we need to go in?
Probably. There's a big snake monster in there that wants to eat people and is more aggressive than the person who attacked you that we legally, rightfully killed.
So, also there might be normal people living above, because there's multiple. I don't think that you go in a cellar quarter and not have something on like the first and second floors.
Oh, I have a great idea. Let's just send a tip to the police that somebody's breaking the law in the cellar. Somebody's like there's illegal gambling or
I
something.
was just gonna feed the snake.
Don't the coppers have guns?
No, not as.
Not in the US.
No, they don't.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm very. That was a very American moment.
Yeah. No, at this time, I said, although this is, as far as I can tell, before any like strict firearms laws, there's still a lot less guns around than there would be in the equivalent era in the US, and people carrying a gun around the streets is, as far as I can tell from my reading, not illegal, but not normal. That's
Understood. I will take my Americanism and slide that over there. I don't know. They have billy clubs or something, or come on. Mortimer just almost lost his life.
Maybe.
See if Maddie
It
was
eats
here. She
cats,
just
right?
burned everything.
Well, I was
I think
just.
it's her.
It eats cats. Maybe we can put some bait and throw that
Poison.
through windows.
Poisoned meat. Yes.
I mean, I don't know if it eats them alive.
No, I don't plan to use a cat as bait.
No, but we could like an already butchered animal, right? Like beef or something. Sure to eat beef. Maybe. I don't know. Look, I aim the gun, I pull the trigger, I take the knife, I stab. This is what I do. You're the ones with all the big brains.
Well, I suppose we could open the door and throw some poisoned meat in and see what happens.
We could go and just if we want this to be silent, right? We don't want the house to burn down, but we do want anything that lives down there to die.
Would it have any vents or such?
If we were to put like a fire outside the house next to the vent, and then make sure that the gases from the fire enter through the vent. It's a cellar anyway, right? So circulation's gonna be bad. And if we just flood the whole thing with like smoke and drive out the breathable air.
There wouldn't be much of a connection between that and the properties above. We could try all of it.
Fair. And we don't need to get in for that.
Yes, I'm not in much of a condition to fight some weird snake creature.
Yeah, let's just go there and take a look through the windows so we can see what we're getting bait for.
We need McCrashley. We need Morgan.
He's not here.
offense.
As far as I'm aware, he's in.
I don't want to be offensive, which is hard to believe, I know, but there's only one of us who's any good in a fight. Like, Mortimer, you're very good at taking damage, I suppose. Wilhelm, you do a lot of this. You tried.
That's a consideration worthwhile if we're going to go for bait anyway.
We need. Other thing is, we need to find Maddie, because we have Mortimer. He's got the big brain, and she had a big brain, but also knew other stuff. And you put them together, and you had this super huge brain. And you put me and Morgan together, and then everything just dies, right? And then we have Johan, and you're really good at talking, and you know stuff. And it's hard when there's only three of us. We need more.
So what you're saying is, if there's somebody in the way that doesn't easily die,
there needs to be two of whatever it is that I am. Somebody like that. Have we considered training James? Maybe we need to train James.
No.
Probably not.
I know a way.
Bad idea.
I know a way to protect myself from something like this.
Lateral movement.
anything, basically. Anything that's going to hit me. Anything that's physical. Though that's a bit strenuous on my Wii.
That's fair. This just came to me. I presume that whatever thing is down there, that it heard or sensed the fighting. So we have to presume that it knows that we might be coming back.
Yeah.
For all we know, it's already moved out.
Let's just go and look through the windows.
Let's be quick. We can get the stuff we need and... Well, we had a look at the property from outside it, didn't we?
Yes, as far as you can tell, the basement did not have a window.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
It did have what looked to be a small sort of perhaps ventilation or...
Small, yeah, a vent
like,
of fashion.
some sort of small vent or hole about yay big.
Eyes big.
Yes.
Oh.
So, it's probably in the morning now, because it all started rather... well, actually, no, we were at the police for a while as well, weren't we?
Yes.
What day would it be?
By now, we're probably talking about early afternoon.
So we got plenty of time to buy the stuff we need, and then we can have a look at the property.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what is it you are buying? What are we gearing up with here?
I think we need a quantity of meat. Raw, whatever's cheap, to be fair.
Yeah, you have enough funds to obtain
Even-
meat, especially if you don't care what the meat is.
Yeah, it could just be a chicken or anything. It could be nothing. And I'm just thinking, what sort of poisons or drugs as such would Mortimer be familiar with or have access to? That might work on a snake.
I mean, you've got cyanide. I believe works on pretty much all organic forms of life, so you're good with that. I mean, obviously, none of this is instant. Like, even cyanide won't be like drop dead.
No, none is.
You also have access to other slower poisons, things like mercury, antimony. A lot of things were used in like more medical
Yeah, there's a lot of various
applications of them, various toxic metals. Rat poison, arsenic-based rat poisons I think might still be in use at this time. That's your classic slow poisonous route, is
seem to remember
arsenic in the
some
tea.
time ago Franco got arrested for trying to buy a large amount of rat poison. It's all that.
I can't remember what that was for. I can't remember.
In Highgate, we wanted to poison some meat.
Oh yes, I think you used that. I think
we used all.
Yeah.
Did we
That
use it
was-
all, or did we just put it there and didn't do it at all?
I mean, that was also about what,
It was years ago.
6 years
Years
ago. So
ago.
I suspect any leftover has probably been used to poison rats.
Well,
Probably.
I'll poison the meat with every poison I've got access to.
You just mix it. It's gonna just do more chaos. It's fine.
As long as it's not something that carries an obvious smell. I'll aim for odorless ones, which I'd probably be familiar with. Just suspect it has a sense of smell and may pick up on something more obvious.
Yeah. But the
Okay.
problem is we don't know how good that sense of smell is.
Or how hungry it is. If it's
It sounded hungry with the whole, if I don't come back and feed it soon, it's going to go out and hunt itself. So I think it's a safe presumption that it's pretty hungry. Like me, when I need my scones.
we were thinking of getting the smoke through that vent. I suppose sackcloth could be used potentially to, I don't know, to direct smoke into it, like a funnel or something like that. But, I'm trying to think of what sort of fire we could do that would cause the most smoke. Well, not the most smoke, but the most toxic. Well, actually, not necessarily toxic, because we may want to go in there.
So, from what I'm hearing, the plan is to go in at nightfall, try and smoke it out, or try and feed it poisoned meat.
I think more or less the same time, unless anyone else has got any other ideas.
I'm not sure if we should try the bait while we, try to smoke it out, because usually if you're fleeing from smoke, you're not making balls for scones. I mean, unless you're Augustus.
Well, we could throw the meat in first.
Yeah, it'll take a while anyway.
Then, regards to smoke, will take some time.
Oh.
And to be fair, I don't think we'll be that good or that successful with it without proper equipment. Unless we had a way to...
I'm thinking, is there other stuff that we could just pour through the vent, right? Maybe something that'll...
Chloroform, something like that.
Gasoline.
We could probably make the small fire in the vent.
That's probably better, yeah.
So the smoke, and we could sort of fan the smoke into the building from that. And that way the fire's not obvious for anyone in the area.
I don't know if I like the smoke idea.
Yeah, I don't either. The longer I think about it, the worse. I mean, if we're gonna risk burning the house down, we can just burn the house down.
Yeah, I feel like we're trying to do too much. Like,
Okay.
Here's the thing. Let's go down there. We got our weapons. It's another snake person. I'm just gonna presume that it's more powerful than the one that I just almost cut in half. Because quite frankly, everything always gets worse for us. It's just the way that it goes. And then if we have to retreat, we'll just run away. And then we'll just come up with, well, why were you there? Because, well, we feel bad for the homeless and we thought there was a bunch of poor people down there. You just try to sound like you're a good person and whatever. I don't know, man. Like, let's just eat some scones, have some brandy, and think about this. Like, I don't think we have to act tonight. I don't even think we should go back tonight. I think that there might be cops there tonight.
I think the cops would rather be somewhere else.
Yeah, the moment phone get involved, that's probably done. I think I would like my spell before we go in there.
That's fair enough. What spells?
Oh, it's just the one. It's a shield. Something that would have been, smart to think of beforehand, but,
Hey, I didn't know you were going to attack him like that, Mortimer. That was impressive. You looked at me and you gave me a weird look. I thought that your stomach hurt you. And the next thing I know, wham!
Yeah, I didn't think it would survive. The knife was poisoned.
What?
Poison takes a while, all right?
It can do. But I'd say we get the poison meat in the place first.
Yeah, and then we take some time.
Then
And we go check.
we prepare and we can look into it once we're ready.
Sounds like a plan.
So if we don't put some meat in it, it may leave to hunt anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
So we could go with that and then prepare ourselves. We don't have...
Although it might know that it's poisoned because they walk around with poison on them too. Like at a certain point, we just have to come to grips with the fact that we don't know enough to have a really solid plan.
Yeah.
So, but I like that because that's really when I'm in my best.
Yeah. So, are we going back after nightfall? Or are we leaving it for tonight?
Well, we will be baiting it this night, and we'll come back a day or two later.
Okay, so you head back to the house. The body is gone from the foot of the steps. There is still a dark stain on the stone where the fight happened. You've left it long enough that the police do seem to have moved on from the time being. As you approach the house, you see there's an occasional rustle of movement from behind the curtains on some of the nearby houses.
You've been spotted, boys.
But there is no gas lamp directly outside of the house with the cellar. There's gas lamps on the main street, but this actual property is in darkness. It's not lit by the gas lamps on the main road, so no one's got a clear view of this stairwell going down. It is dark down there.
I think I would like to tell them to hang back. I'm going to check out the windows, and I'd like to make a stealth roll. I'm fairly decent at it.
Yeah, so by the windows, do you mean the windows of other people's houses in the area? These aren't the windows of the place you're looking at. These are these are like neighboring windows.
So like once I see like the curtains and all that, like I'd probably like take like a second, like I'm picturing in my mind. I said like, hey, hang back, boys. Like look around to see if people are directly looking at me, and then try to creep down and try to be like almost like a snoop.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll then. Go for it.
Alrighty.
So you're sneaking down to the cellar door? Was that the plan?
Yeah, because that's where we seem to agree to like look through the windows and like.
So there are no windows.
Oh
in
no,
the cellar.
not windows. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like the kind of like.
Vent.
The vent
is where?
Yeah.
Yeah, the vent is sort of, just kind of above door, around a bit from the cellar door. It's a bit of a reach to get to. You'd ideally got to by jumping from like the street level. If you were a small cat-sized being. If you're a human, best obtained by standing on tiptoe and peering in. Augustus, as you're heading down towards this vent, the steps are, it's frosty and cold out.
November.
And the steps are slippery with frost. And you have this moment of realizing like, oh, this is not going to be like safe to go down in complete darkness, without like complete sort of stealth mode, complete darkness. So you can push on, and if you fail the roll again, take the risk, in this case, of slipping and falling on the slippery steps in the dark, or you can accept that this is not something you can do stealthily. The choice is yours.
I think that Augustus is a determined person. He's always kind of like pushed through, so he's gonna give it another spin, I think.
Okay, give me another stealth roll then, please. Let's push the roll. And your foot slips on the frosty stones, and you take a tumble to the bottom, and the crash as you hit the door at the bottom. You don't.
Yes, I do.
I'll do the steps. Give me a look roll, just for you personally. I'm trying to decide if I'm feeling mean or not. You don't take any physical damage, but that was definitely loud.
I land on my side, like it stings, but I'm not like injured, I guess is how it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, my ribs. Ah! I was supposed to be quiet. Shit.
Well, I guess that doesn't matter now. Let's go and throw that through the vent.
Careful, it's slick.
Let's be quick and just leave.
It's like meat juice is dripping down your arms.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? It's the worst.
So how big a bit of meat is this? This raw meat?
I think, yeah.
About the size of a cat.
Yeah, or maybe a bit smaller.
We'll just shove it through.
Okay, you shove your sort of whole arm through this, standing on tiptoe, and you hear a wet thud on the other side as the meat falls out the vent and lands somewhere in the room beyond.
Well, we shall see whether it's still there tomorrow or in a few days.
Yes, let's get out of here quickly.
Mortimer, my ribs. Look at them when we get back to the house.
Definitely.
I think they pushed and touched the other set. Get hurt? I'm large.
So I think at this point we're
Heading on back to the society?
As quickly, as discreetly as well. Just quick as we can. We're not far away.
Yeah, you head back around the corner, back to Grosvenor Square, and back to the society, where the servants are happy to provide you with tea or something stronger as required. Someone has been stocking up the brandy and sherry in the cabinet.
James, I need brandy.
James is just nipped out. I can get you some brandy though, sir.
I would appreciate it. Unfortunately, I hurt my ribs, so I can't talk very much. I know you all love to converse with me, so my apologies.
Here you go. Here's some brandy, sir.
You
Do
are.
you gentlemen require anything else? Says Agnes.
They'll require brandy.
I don't think we do.
Okay.
They'll require brandy.
Here's your brandy, sir. Please ring if you need anything else. And she leaves.
Thank you, love. Johann, there's a rule in this house. When one drinks, we all drink.
I mean, sure. Why not?
It's the law of the society that I just made up. But now it's the law. And I sit gently and
Well,
I don't talk a lot because I am in a lot of pain.
Keeper, whilst we're taking our time here, this is an opportunity to look through the library.
Yes, if you would like it to be an opportunity to. If you want to browse the books at all. What are you looking for? Anything in particular?
Actually, I am. I doubt they'll have any of the Mythos books. I will look for
They
something.
are not on the library shelves, no.
I would
That
know
would be
as well.
dangerous.
Yeah, but I would know that anyway because I've used this library a few times. I'm going to look for something on languages, and particularly some of the languages I've been learning recently. Just something to assist with, really, just to pass the time.
Yeah, you can have a little browse. They've got, there's not, I can't remember what languages you're learning at the moment. There's not much on Turkish. There are various texts in or about Arabic and French, Latin, Greek.
In fact, pretty much all the languages he was learning, he's got Latin quite high. But
I mean, you're not going to make any numeric improvements over the course of one
it's
evening.
just
But you can,
pass the time, really.
yeah, pass the time.
But we'll say Arabic because that was the most recent one he's been learning.
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything they wish to do that evening other than nurse your bruised ribs and drink sherry?
I would actually be in the library with Dr. Mortimer, but I would find the largest dictionary that I could, and I would just scroll randomly through it and then read aloud. Dr. Mortimer would probably realize or probably remember that I could always read and write, just wasn't the best, but I'm a markedly better reader these days.
I think I would leave the others to their devices and return to my day job. I probably have a lot of work left over now that.
Well, it is now nighttime. You have essentially missed an entire day. Your desk piling up with missives and demands. But yes, and so the night winds on. You browse the library. You go home. You attend to work, and unless anyone has anything they would like to do that night, we pick up the next day. Did you intend to return to the house the next day? Was that the plan, the snake house?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Would you meet there or meet at the society then go there? And what sort of time of day would you be aiming for?
I think 5 o'clock, because there'd still be some sunlight. Like it'd be going quick, but there still might be like the last vestiges of it. And I think we'd probably meet at the society. Would be my guess.
Sunrise or sunset? Sunrise? Well, actually, no. We'll meet at the society, as you say. It'd be the best place to meet. And
yeah, if we're going for sunset, then
like before sunset.
Yeah, so it's probably about 4:30 then.
Yeah.
4:50, 4 to 4:30.
There's enough light to see the steps.
Yeah.
And to see in the door if we open it.
So yeah, you.
Before I go there, I will have cast a blood shield.
Okay. So how many magic points are you putting into this? I think I had a cap on this, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, and I was trying to remember which that was. I think it was 6.
I think 6 was.
6 does ring a bell.
I think it was 6 because then I would pick 6.
Yes. This is a spell that had to be capped due to shenanigans used in a previous game, in which someone who we shall not be named here poured, I think it was something like 30. No, I think it was all the magic points and all but one of their health points into the blood shield, making themselves a 1 hit point. Just.
I think it was 75 hit points in total.
Did he fall in a volcano or something as well?
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
he fell in a volcano.
He fell in a volcano and survived.
But yeah, so make your roll. I believe it's 1d6 per magic point you're putting in. So you have a blood ward of 23 points. Now, so are you performing this at home in your own abode?
Exactly. I will, just use that, use the stuff there.
Is there a power roll involved?
Not, I believe, once you have cast it the first time, if I'm remembering.
Yeah, it's just gonna cost me.
Let me just check what the is there a sanity cost on this one as well?
Yeah, for a d4.
Yes. Is that per magic point or total?
Not that I'm aware.
No, I think it is total.
It's total.
Because that would have killed Ned way faster.
Maybe that's the correct way to put a stopper on this. You can have.
That's a consideration that might.
That is a consideration going forward. Is maybe make it you can use it unlimited magic points in this, but the D4 sanity loss is per magic point used.
Yeah, well, that would make this basically really quick suicide mission.
No, I think so. Yeah, you lose 1 point of sanity as you paint these blood sigils on your face and arms and hands, and then presumably wash the blood off once the spell has taken hold.
Yeah, I have my blood ward up. I will load my gun, carry it with me, assuming that whatever is down there is dangerous enough to merit that. And, strap the rapier back on. And then move to the society.
Okay. Is anyone else making any unusual preparations? Anything other than just arming yourselves? Anyone doing anything of note?
I don't think any further. Oh, sorry, you first.
I was gonna say just extra ammo. I'm making sure that I have extra ammo for my revolver.
No further medicine rolls would help give me any more health, would it?
No.
Would I gain one overnight?
No.
No. How long? How much do you gain? Is it over like a week or something you gain?
It is.
Remember.
Whilst you still got a major wound, so until you get back up to half health, you at the end of every week you get to make a con roll which decides whether you gain any hit points back or not.
Okay. No problem. So just the usual equipment I'll be taking with me, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So you're meeting up at the society before you head over. All prepared. And it's only a brief walk through the early twilight streets to the house with its now familiar scratched door and the buzzing sound of flies.
All right, let's go and open the door. You have the keys, right?
Yeah, you have the keys.
So let's go. I'm gonna go up front. Being shielded at all.
You can have the keys.
I'm going to be behind you. with my hand on my pistol, but my coat's over it.
Okay, and at this point, I'm going to ask for a group look roll, please.
Okay.
So, can I think Johan do do us the honors?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, there's like 91 points between the roll and the look.
Okay.
How about no?
Unfortunately, the group look roll, only the person with the lowest rolls look counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the group look roll, the way group look works in Call of Cthulhu is very much a weakest link situation. Whoever's got the lowest luck rolls for the whole entire group.
So you're only as strong as your weakest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're only as strong as Mortimus's character.
Oh, we're
Who
so
inevitably has about 5 points of luck in any
we're
given
never to be
situation.
successful.
No. So, Johan, you open up the door.
Mm,
You see on the other side, it's quite a small room. You can see in the opposite corner of the room from the door, there is a set of wooden stairs heading further down to what appears to be a lower basement. In this room, you can see there are shelves with various books and papers on them. You can see there is a bench and there is a table. The floor is littered with broken glass and broken pots and strange sort of powders. In one portion of the floor, it appears to have entirely dissolved away. And there's a pot sort of lying on its side with its lid off. And around near it, it's just this hollowed out area of the floor. There's also a pile of meat on the floor. And you can see this vent up above it with like a few smears of blood down the wall where someone has shoved a pile of meat through a vent. There is, however, nobody in the room.
well, I guess whatever it was didn't like our bait. I'm gonna go and grab the meat. I mean, I'm probably not gonna grab it right now, but we should probably take it with us. Let's just go through there's like books, you said?
Yeah, there's a bookshelf with various books and bits of paper on it.
Let's go and quick skim through those.
Oh, give me a library use roll, please.
Oh, sure.
Because look, if you invent a skill called library use, I'm going to make you do it. As you scan over the books, the overwhelming, they seem to be scattered in topics and styles, but the overwhelming sort of view you get is these are beginners' books. These are a mixture of sort of children's primers on various subjects, like easy reading, like almost like children's workbooks, some sort of guides to the city. You can see someone has scrawled and scribbled in the margins of these what you still can't understand it, you can't read it, but you recognize the characters as Nakal. As I said, the overall gist is these are learners' books.
All right.
About humanity and English.
I guess if you were gonna be living here, you should probably learn the language. So I guess that's normal. I start kind of feeling bad for killing the guy. And I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay. Johan heads on downstairs. What are Augustus and Mortimer doing? Are you staying outside or are you going in?
I'm gonna go in. As I do it, I'm gonna turn to Dr. Mortimer and I'm gonna look at him and say, if I don't make it out, left you in my will, my business is worth a decent amount of money, spend it on something fun, not books, you nerd. And then I just walk in.
The books are fun.
Nerd. I walk in.
Mortimer will follow in, but he's not going to go far. But
Okay. And are you leaving the door open or are you shutting it behind you?
Is it dark inside?
It is dark inside. There's no gas lamps. There's definitely no electric lighting in here.
Had anyone brought a light source? I know we had planned to go in, so would we have brought a lantern?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you knew you were going into a basement, and you knew it had no windows. So I think it's perfectly reasonable that at least one of you would have brought a source of light.
I think, well, to be fair, I think we would have brought a couple.
Yep.
So what I'll do, I will close the door behind me, but I won't lock it. And we'll probably put a lantern down on a table in that room that we're in. And I suspect Johan might have another lantern as he's leading the way.
Yep.
Okay.
And at least the room we're in is lit, but there's no light escaping outside through the door.
Yeah. So Johan, as you head downstairs, the stairs sort of creak beneath your feet. You can see, actually make me a spot hidden as you head down. See what you can see.
No, I don't see.
You see, as you get to the room at the bottom, you can see a pile of knocked over and broken cages, like animal cages, each about this big. They seem to have tipped over and landed on the floor. Some of them are broken. You can see there is a door open at one end of the room. And you can also see a hole broken through the floor in the corner of the room. Something they've broken a hole, splintering of rotten board, made a hole in the ground.
Oh, that's inconvenient. I'm just gonna put it next to put lamp next to the hole and start looking down.
Look down, you can see the boards were resting not far above this brick shell, and beyond this brick shell you can see the hole. Well, you can more smell before you can see. The hole opens up into what looks to be a sewer. A brick-lined sewer.
Well, whatever was in here is no longer in here, and it's down there. Oh my god. I'm not gonna go in there with my clothing.
Yeah, this place is the smell of raw sewage. There's also other smell underlying, like this musky reptilian scent. The air down here is thick with these combined scents of blood and snakes and sewage.
All right.
It's still and it is silent.
Well, we'll be looking through the rest of the chamber. I mean, there's an open door still.
Yes, there's an open door at the far end. So you head that way. You can see beyond that door is another chamber, a little larger than the one with the cages. And you can see there's a slightly sunken area in the centre of it that may once have been some kind of washtub, bath, basin of some sort. It's hard to be sure. Currently is empty aside from a littering of bones. Just a scattering of bones across the bottom of this depression in the centre of the floor. The only other thing in this room is I need to make you to make me a sanity roll. No, it's the light catches it and for a moment, a briefest moment, you think you're looking at a vast serpent coiled at the back of the room. Then you realise that can't be possible. You see, in fact, it is a large cast-off snake skin, coiled up and around the room, and it is big. This is bigger than any snake you've seen in any diagram, in any book, in any, like... In fact, the only place you've seen a snake this big would be in, like, pulp, like, magazine articles. Like, no scientific text contains a snake this big. Like, it would be... I lost my arm won't fit on the screen. Like, at least... Yes, this big around... And you're not sure quite how long, but this is the cast-off skin of an enormous serpent.
All right. That is down in the sewers. So that's not good. Well, sure hope that that's not gonna go poorly. Guys, I think we have a big ass snake in the sewer. About yay big. Like, not long, like just like torso.
What? Is that
Like-
wide?
Like if its torso is probably as big as yours, Augustus.
I look down at my barrel chest and go, oh, I have an idea. Let's move to Birmingham.
It's with what in here?
That's my idea. Let's move to Birmingham.
Birmingham.
I'm an American. All right.
Oh.
It's the
Don't do
second
so
biggest.
much.
Actually, I don't know. I think Birmingham's definitely had a boom in size by this time. So yeah, I think it's like the second or.
Definitely.
There's a Birmingham, Alabama.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Birmingham.
It's fine. I'm neither of the two, and I was like, I was thinking you wanted to move something here, and I was very
No.
confused.
Okay,
A
that
large
makes
ham.
sense. Birmingham is, I think, the second largest city in the UK. However, no one ever goes there. Manchester's better.
I'm currently industry in Manchester.
We wait for an influx in Rummies
Trolling.
insulting me, but
So now we have to fight the damn thing in the sewers.
yes.
No,
So
we don't. We don't have to do that. We absolutely,
that,
positively
because
don't have to do
We
that.
don't know where in the sewers it is, and it's going to be very difficult to track and find. We'll have to wait till there's more signs of it, at least till we find out where it could reappear and take it from there. I think
Yeah.
what we could do is take advantage of this hole that's into the sewers and dump that meat there.
Yep.
Mhm.
It may return it. It's very unlikely it will. And we shall have to keep an eye out for any
Disappearances,
Yeah.
snake-related deaths.
they would have people who work in the sewers, would they?
yes, someone has to go in and unblock things and deal
Well,
with the things.
An eye out on the news for people disappearing, and once we have an idea where it may be, perhaps then we can look into dealing with it. But we can do a bit of research into snakes and ways to deal with them as well, perhaps poisons or traps.
Mortimer, remember many years ago all the fish people stuff? Is there any way we could get the fish people to fight the snake and vice versa? Like, they're both like water-ish creatures. Two reptiles, one stone. You know what I'm saying?
Possible.
If they meet each other, they probably will.
Like, I don't know. Like, I think that we gave it a good shot, man. Like, I think we've done all we can do. We'll just move on, wait for the
Other
next
things
creepy
to
thing
fight
to show up.
for us. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell the servants to keep their ears out. I will do too.
Yeah, no one go near the sewers. by
Yeah.
the way. Just-
Also, we should probably tell Officer Thorne that there's this slight problem.
we'll have to work out how to relay that to him, perhaps inform him of the address, and he can send some people to look into it, and he may see the snake skin and be able to put it together and work out what's going on himself. But also, what I'd like to take from here, I know we're getting actually quite late, aren't we? The books that he had been writing on in the papers, I can't understand the language he's been writing on them, but I can take him and at least try to piece together something.
Yes, you can. Maybe with enough time and some lucky rolls. You
Yeah.
may have found your Nicole Rosetta Stone in the form of comments in a children's book about manners.
Stranger things have happened.
But yeah, as Mortimer takes the books, and you decide that the serpent in the sewers of London is a problem for someone else or another day, that is where we're going to wrap things up for this evening.
Just like a boa constrictor.
Wrap it up